Hi everyone, I'm Tim and you're watching The Man Who Planted Potatoes. How are you? I've just come off the back of 4 days of work. I am tired. And in desperate need of a haircut. But I don't need to complain, things could be worse. Let's have a look at some plants. Yep, the shallots are looking great. They're growing really well. The ones that are closer to the edge of the pot and therefore the sun are like growing a bit better than the others, so maybe I should turn the pot around. And then the potatoes are doing so well, I wouldn't even say they've got shoots anymore. Can't really call it shoots. It's more like small plants. Plantlets, leafings, baby plants, child plants, plant kittens, had plants. What is the word for plants that are not quite fully grown plants but are also not shoots? Any ideas? We're going to breeze through this quickly because normally I spend quite a long time updating you on the potatoes, but today I want to move on. Huge thanks to the following people who followed me on social media. Thank you to Zimmertrax for your comment on my video. On Twitter, thank you Nelly for following me. Thank you so much Nelly. And also thank you to PetsMount, but I'm pretty sure PetsMount have unfollowed me when they realised I wasn't going to buy any dog food. On Facebook, we actually broke 10 likes this week, so that's brilliant news. Thank you so much to Sarah, Nikki, Jonathan, Sam, Kat and Ellie for liking my page on Facebook. And this week I also actually dragged myself out the Stone Age and got Instagram, and my friend Kat followed me on Instagram, so thank you so much Kat. And this is a different cat to the cat who liked my page on Facebook. There's two different cats and neither of them are actually cats. I also had some really good comments on social media, one of which was a message from my dad regarding last week's item about growing mushrooms. He wrote to me and said, beware that mushroom compost can cause some minor respiratory diseases. Now this is something I hadn't really thought of in last week's video, but yes, you do need to be careful growing mushrooms in your own home. The spores and the compost can affect your breathing, particularly if you have asthma or some other kind of underlying condition. Ask your doctor before growing those. My friend Charlotte also commented regarding the whole cute dog equals likes phenomenon. She said, lol, same with Shakespeare and ducklings. Shaky vid, 20 people. Duckling vid, 180 people. Lol, people want the floof. XOX. Does make you wonder, should I have made videos about cute dogs and video games rather than growing garden vegetables? But who needs friends and followers and popularity?
Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Not me, that's for sure. Charlotte also has a YouTube channel. It's called Betwixt and Between. It's kind of a children's first introduction to a lot of Shakespeare stuff. And apparently Charlotte's also raising a family of ducklings. Who knew? But the absolute winner this week is my friend Donald with his comment, have you heard of kombucha? It's a fermented mushroom tea you can do at home. Another thing that needs some patience though. I was like, what is this kombucha? 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 How do you say this word? Kombucha, as I'm going to keep calling it. Seems like it's a fermented tea mushroom. Wikipedia describes it as fermented sugared tea using symbiotic culture of bacteria yeast or SCOBY. And the SCOBY is really important. It looks like a kind of soggy light brown biscuit, but it's made up of yeast and bacteria. And if you're anything like me, the first time you saw a SCOBY submerged in a pot of kombucha, your reaction was probably this. But let's keep an open mind here, because this is some cool stuff and it's been drunk for thousands of years. Let's talk about how you make it. I'll leave a link to a list of ingredients in the comments section. Essentially, you boil up a load of water, just like you would for tea. Then while it's cooling, you let the tea bags steep in it. Then once it's cooled, you take the tea bags out and you move the liquid to a jar and you put the SCOBY in. Then you cover it and leave it for about 7 to 10 days and it will ferment. You don't want to wait too long, otherwise it will become acidic. Once it's fermented, you take the SCOBY out and you drink it. And here's the cool bit. While the kombucha is fermenting, a new SCOBY will grow. You can use that new SCOBY to make more kombucha. This whole thing is a renewable process so long as you do it in a safe, sterile environment. Now, it's not all roses. Let's talk about health myths and pseudoscience. It has been claimed that kombucha can cure a wide variety of ailments, including AIDS, cancer, arthritis, diabetes, and aging. It does not cure any of those things. In fact, if you have any of those or any severe underlying health condition, you should not be drinking kombucha. Kombucha is particularly unsuitable for people with poor immune systems, pregnant women, or children. In a very small number of people, there have been severe allergic reactions, and there is absolutely no scientific evidence whatsoever that kombucha is medicinal. Okay? Ask your doctor if they think it's suitable for you to be doing this. Consult an expert before you start making it yourself, and sterilize all your equipment. If you are even slightly worried that any bacteria other than the ones you are trying to grow are growing in that kombucha, chuck the whole lot, get rid of the SCOBY, and start again. Seriously, guys, this is important. This stuff is not medicinal. It needs to be handled carefully. Vaccinate your children. Global warming is not a Chinese propaganda invention. That said, this stuff is no worse for your health than something like alcohol or tobacco or any of those other things we use daily but probably shouldn't. In fact, kombucha tea is this week's thing to grow when you haven't got very much space. Still thinking about a title for this section. Seriously, you can make this stuff in your house without any space needed, really, other than like a kitchen stove and a tiny little side to put the jar on. Have fun! Yes, I know it's not exactly a vegetable you can grow at home, but come on, this stuff ticks all the boxes apart from being a vegetable. Does anyone have any experience of growing this stuff? Is it as easy as this? Are there technical difficulties? Particularly, is there anything people need to bear in mind? And how does it taste? Let me know in the comments. One more thing that might be interesting. There's a new campaign on at the moment by Letters Live. You can find them on Twitter at Letters Live. It's called #ReadALetter. Write a letter and read it out live. Russell Brand recently made headlines because he wrote one to Boris Johnson, which was kind of interesting actually. But you can write a letter to anyone you want, yourself, friends and family who you don't see very much, someone you live with who plays the TV really loud and you don't want to go and say it to their face, your boss, the world, future or past generations, literally anyone. And I think this might be a really interesting way of expressing yourself and communicating with other people and kind of helping you to clear some headspace. So yeah, if you guys feel like doing that, do tag me or send me links to it. It's very, very simple to do. Don't be afraid of doing it at all. No one's going to judge you for your letter. And if you'd like to see some more videos, please follow me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. On Twitter and Facebook, I'm @manplanted, and on Instagram, I am simply the man who planted potatoes. Please like and subscribe down below, and please comment with your ideas. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It really, really helps, and I'll see you all soon.